Friends, in this third installment of our Lenten Letting Go videos, I'd like to focus on one of the subjects raised in our Lenten devotional booklet last week, letting go of outcomes. Letting go of outcomes. Now, don't get me wrong, setting goals and working diligently toward those goals can be a very good thing. A young person may have dreams of becoming a doctor, so she studies hard in college to get the grades needed to be accepted into medical school. Once in medical school, she pours herself into the academic and clinical training needed to get her Doctor of Medicine degree and start her medical practice, which is the outcome she dreamed of. Now, that student had significant control over the steps she needed to take to become a doctor. If one studies very hard and puts in the sleepless hours often needed in clinical training, chances are good that they will get their Doctor of Medicine degree as a result of all their exhaustive efforts. But there are other outcomes over which we have less control. The parents of a teenager may do everything they possibly can to nurture their child, teach him right from wrong, provide him opportunities to play sports, take music or dancing lessons, take him to church every Sunday. Despite all their efforts, however, their child can get in with the wrong crowd, start drinking and doing drugs, and end up in prison. Now, the parents can beat themselves up, wondering what they could have done differently to have prevented this outcome. They might even feel shame and guilt for what has happened. But no matter how perfectly parents raise their children, there are always factors over which they have no control, and they can't be assured of the outcome they hoped for. Rather than beating themselves up or being filled with shame or guilt, they need to let the outcome go. They did the best they knew how. I shared with our Lenten study class on Friday night that I have had to learn to let go of the outcome of my sermon once it has been written and preached. I want people to find the sermon meaningful. I hope that the message I intend to get across is actually received. But there have been sermons I thought were pretty good that ended up falling flat. And there have been sermons I thought were not very good that people have told me really hit home for them. And as every preacher knows, the message a listener hears can be very different from the message the preacher is trying to convey. Hopefully, the message they hear is from God. What I have had to learn is that the outcome of my sermon, how it is received, whether it conveys what I wanted it to convey, whether it hits home or not, the outcome is out of my hands. I put in the time and done what I could. I have to let go of the outcome and let it be what it is. Hopefully, God can use it. Is there an outcome in your life that you need to let go of? An outcome in the past that haunts you, or an outcome in the future that you feel must come about or else the world will fall apart? Can you let that outcome go and commend it into God's hands?